I reflect back on the very first time that I was on this road. It would have been 1977, and driving up here in my Volkswagen Beetle to be a seasonal ranger, and it's just an amazing place. You know, it's got so many things that you only find here.
Ranger Dave, how many times it's been for you coming to this place?
I can't know for sure, but I would say it's somewhere in the vicinity of probably 50 times over the last 45 years.
This is your first time in an RV, right?
That would be true. I'm looking forward to it. You know, it's a little something different for me.
Coming in this way, it really gets you pumped to see the Grand Canyon.
There's two entrances to the Grand Canyon National Park on the south rim. The one goes to the village area where the majority of people go, and then this is the eastern entrance, Desert View. And this is much, much less traffic going in this way.
We were staying the night at the Desert View Campground, first time ever, boondocking. What'd you think?
It is absolutely a different experience for us. We've never dry camped. If you like that absolute solitude, it's incredible.
We put all of our slides out and got the jacks down, and we headed to the rim. You've got to go for your first view.
Y'all ready?
Yes, ma'am.
It's only a 10-minute walk from the campground to the rim. It's easy for RVers to get your first view. So we brought Ranger Dave over and kind of grill him a little bit and tell us about what it was like back in the 70s to work here.
It's raining up over there.
It's amazing how far you can see. Matter of fact, see the Tanner Beach right down here? That's where the river takes a real strong bend, and there's a lighter area. That's Tanner Beach. And straight line from where we are here, it's 7.5 miles down there to Tanner Beach. You know, so that really puts it in perspective. An interesting thing too about the river, you know, from this vantage point, the river doesn't look like much. You know, it looks like a creek or something like that, but it's certainly not. You know, it's at the minimum, it's going to be 100 yards wide and roaring down there. The top layer, what we're standing on here at the top of the canyon, is actually older than the dinosaurs. We're a speck of dust. You know, humanity seems pretty insignificant when you think of what you're looking at here.
When you look at something like the canyon that's been here for millions of years, you feel absolutely this big. You realize that we are nothing on this timeline.
Well, the Watchtower, I think, is one of the coolest features in the Grand Canyon. It happens to be the very first place where I saw the Grand Canyon. When I secured my job back in the 70s as a seasonal park ranger, and the Watchtower is awesome. It was designed by Mary Jane Coulter, and she did a lot of the really neat structures in the national park. This was completed in 1932. If I remember correctly, it's 70 feet tall. It's 85 stairs to get to the top, and it's a pretty awesome view. But even being that large, when you're on the north rim and you're looking back over this way, it's really hard to find it. It looks like a tiny, tiny little needle. It's a lot of fun for me to be able to stay in Desert View, because as I got older, I no longer enjoyed the idea of sleeping on the ground. I used to do a lot of that when I was younger.
Well, and I know for us, we've done the Bright Angel lodges, we've done the cabins, and we've done the El Tovar.
Yes.
This is the first time for all of us.
Absolutely.
Being in an RV in the Grand Canyon, so I'm excited.
I like being able to go back to my RV, make my own dinner, sleep in my own bed.
Such a fitting ending to our first day here.
And
lightning on the north rim. So Mother Nature is putting on a show for us.
Oh my gosh.
And to think that this is just the end of day one.
Of day one.
That next morning we woke up, headed down 64 along the rim. It's about a 20-mile drive, making your way slow because there are a lot of curves.
We're coming up towards Lippin Point, and Lippin Point is one of the very best views that you can have of the eastern part of the Grand Canyon because it's elevated. And it's also the trailhead for the Tanner Trail, which is one of the most difficult trails in the canyon that goes down to the river.
Yeah, and Grandview too, there's great parking there for RVs, so that's a great one for folks to check out. You're in an RV, pull into the overlooks, pull off, and it's a great way for the driver to see the canyon.
Yeah, drivers, don't feel bad that you can't see when you're driving. They've had a chance to look while you're driving, so. There's plenty of pull-offs.
So we pull into a Ranger Dave special hike. It's flat. We made our way through the
Ponderosa pines.
her favorite.
My favorite to smell.
How long is this hike from the trailhead out to the point?
It's almost exactly a mile.
So for most everybody could do this.
Oh yeah, this is a simple hike. What's cool about that particular hike is it's not as well traveled as a lot of the other hikes in the park, so you're able to get some solitude.
All right, here's a Ponderosa pine, Sweet Pea.
You know I gotta sniff it. Oh, I love these guys.
Take a big old snort.
Oh, look at him, he looks good. Oh.
Butterscotch or vanilla?
Butterscotch for me this time, thanks guys.
Butterscotch.
Pick out a good one, but you're either gonna smell butterscotch or vanilla, and you might look like a weirdo, and I don't care, but I'm sniffing it, and it's worth it. Oh my gosh, I remember the first glimpse.
Oh, look what we can see.
We love to take people to our special little hike and share that with them because it's very impactful for people when they get out there.
All right, guys, focus. Here's the stair section.
Yeah, you focus, or I'm gonna tell your mom.
There's the rock, and oh my God, you can smell the cliff rose, so see, you get a double banger. I've got to go up and touch it.
Woohoo! It's like a little whoosh.
Call it my rock, honey. The rock. A lot of people will refer to it as the tombstone or the headstone. I have to touch it every time. I have to go out there and I have to look at it. I must have 500 million pictures of this. There's something spiritual about it.
Hey, it hasn't changed.
This is where you either take a picture and go home or you weep, because it's one of these things that you've got this 270-degree view of the canyon, in my opinion, the best view.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
feel the breeze.
Oh, the breeze is heaven.
I think it's awesome. Takes my breath away when we get out here.
No matter how many times you've seen it, it's never the same.
This will be here long after we are on this planet.
This thing looked pretty much just like this when the first humans were walking around the planet. You can walk out onto a point that's safe to walk out on, but it's a platform that's elevated, and you just have a fantastic view. And we always like to go out there and have a snack or maybe have a lunch, and it just overwhelms you when you get out there. It's my favorite. It's probably the best spot that I know of to walk out to. Although I would dare to say there's probably hundreds of these that nobody knows about.
Yeah.
Because there's no roads, there's no way to get there, and there's 277 miles of river. I can't imagine how many miles of rim there are.
Yeah.
You are in the canyon, and if you're not moved, there might be something wrong with you. Man, this is my favorite place to have a meal.
Mine too. My favorite place with my favorite people. It was the first hike that Ranger Dave and I did, the very first time he ever introduced me to the canyon. I fell in love with the canyon at that time, just like I fell in love with him.
For me, this is quite possibly the best place to have lunch on the planet. So we woke up and we did what most people do at the canyon. We went to the village.
Yep.
What a way to start our day.
I love this place, it's great.
The Hopi House. Oh, this is one of my favorite structures.
Yeah, it's cool.
Absolutely. Mary Jane Coulter did this.
Coming in.
I love to watch people walk out onto the plaza there because for a lot of people it's their first view of the canyon, and I like to see what their reaction is to their first view of the canyon. Never gets old for me.
Man, I love this view.
This is the most photographed spot on the South Rim, isn't it, Dave?
Yeah, I'm sure that it is. And it's amazing, 12 miles straight across is the North Rim Lodge.
We're here at, I think, probably one of the most popular spots in the South Rim, and that's the Bright Angel Trail.
Yeah, we're at the head of the Bright Angel Trail, and Bright Angel's been the most popular trail here for many decades. It's because it's the easiest trail as far as footing. to get down to the bottom. It's an 8-mile trail from the rim down to the Phantom Ranch. That's a lot of steps.
That's quite a few
And 8
steps.
miles.
And you got to come back up.
Yeah, that's a given.
Somehow.
Okay, as a lot of
Somehow.
people will say, it's mountain climbing in reverse, and you better be prepared.
And I know it has some very famous attributes here. We're looking at one right here, the arch. I think that's pretty heavily photographed, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Tell me why they use the mules.
The mules are more sure-footed and they tolerate more weight. No one has ever been lost on the mules.
You coming from Phantom Ranch? Yes, we are. Fantastic, guy.
You don't really get a feel for the canyon until you spend some time here.
Yeah.
You know, because it's constantly changing and there's a lot to see, actually. There's a lot of history here in the village. It was 1905 when both the Hopi House and El Tovar opened for business.
What is the Hopi House?
It's a structure that's built to look similar to cliff dwellings of the past, you know, thousands of years ago. And inside now, it's a curio shop, basically.
Calamity, ready to go shopping?
Absolutely. Let's go. Right now.
She's
I'm
always
ready.
ready to go
I
shopping.
mean, that's your favorite place to shop, right? I know. I can't wait for tonight's camp out and what you're fixing for us tonight at dinner. I can't even wait because that's the highlight of my evening.
Yeah.
Is this a surprise?
Yeah.
I mean, as far as what we're dining on this evening?
It'll be a campsite surprise.
God.
Oh boy, can't wait.
I can't wait, sweet pea.
It's not marmot stew though, is it? I have fallen all the way down the slippery slope.
And you got a little dog.
And I got a little dog.
That night at camp was great. Producer Man and Sweet Pea had the TV going. We were actually watching Tombstone and then the Olympics. You know, it was really great.
We were at Desert View last night, which has dry camping,
Boondocking.
and Ranger Dave's old station. And then tonight we have full hookups in Trailer Village.
And we have a rug.
We're glamping. We got live sports. I mean, come on, you can't beat it. Glamping? Are we glampers?
Oh, I know.
We're glampers?
We are. Now, I'm not going to apologize for it. I know Ranger Dave's a little ashamed of himself because, you know, back in the day.
My younger self would not approve of my older self's behavior. We jokingly referred to RVs, which I love, but we referred to them as run-amuckas when I was a young man. And, but here I am,
Here you are,
running amok.
running a rug and a little dog.
And a little dog, too. It's a little hard for me still, but doggone, it is sure comfortable when you get done with the day hiking to go back and be at your house, basically, your house away from home. I was always a car camper, backpacking kind of guy. Glamping is starting to be my thing.
I remember the first time you took us to the South Rim and you surprised us with champagne to celebrate the sunset on the South Rim. And we actually have some champagne to commemorate that. This time at our RVs, kind of toasting our new evolution of our camping days.
Here's to our next adventure.
Where are we going next?
Wherever you guys are going, cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, I can't wait to see where we're going next.
The next morning we woke up and we had our big bike ride planned. So we were 8 miles down south, all the way down is Hermit's Rest. We've been there a couple of times. We've taken the shuttle. We've driven there in the winter. They allow you to drive.
We've hiked it
We've hiked all the way back.
all the way back.
But today we were going to ride the bikes.
Ride the rail, please.
Good morning.
So we're leaving the shuttle stop back here. There's the shuttle. We're going by right there. We can wave to them. Because thankfully, we don't have to ride that way.
I think about the first half of the ride will have to be on the road, and the second half is on the greenway. The trip that we took today out to Hermit's Rest using the rad bikes was very special for me. I used to be a real big bicycling kind of guy. Gotten older, had to get a couple knees replaced, but now with the help of the power assist, it made it a lot of fun for me again.
What's our first overlook?
Bright Angel Trail overlook. We got a good view of the village. Wow, look at that.
Goodness.
A
Wow.
lot of wows here, a lot of wows.
A lot of wows.
Over here we got the Kolb studio on the right, which is with the famous brothers that did the photography. And then to the left and a little bit higher up, and also it blends in with the wall of the canyon, is Lookout Studio.
And then
Gosh, it
Alto
looks like
Bar.
you could just.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, there's people on the trail.
All right, you guys ready to go? Let's head to the next spot.
Kadoki.
Every time you pull off and you see the canyon from a different angle, you're like, did I see that? Wow, you know, you don't know what
point,
you're
yeah.
looking at.
Wow,
Oh my
look at that.
gosh,
Oh
look
my
at
God.
this
It's
stuff.
hard to ride your bike and look at the same time.
I know. Everything, every view is different and spectacular. Whew, feels good to
Get off your
get
bike
off
for a
the
minute.
bikes for a minute.
I'm looking forward to this.
Stretch my legs.
Yeah, I think
Stretch
over
my
to the
seat.
left we'll have a better view of the cliff, which is the abyss, from the side.
Wow, look at that. Here, Carl, I'll help you down right here. Get next
Okay.
to Dave.
Great.
Right down
Yeah,
there.
it's a
Watch your step, guys.
good 2,000-foot vertical drop.
Oh, look at that. Oh,
Goodness. Oh my God. It makes you a little dizzy, actually.
that's why you got to be careful
Yeah,
being
yeah.
here out on the edge. This is a sheer 2,000-foot drop. I mean,
And-
it's just,
Yeah.
I'm just a big fan. You know?
I remember parts of the trail where Ranger Dave would say, focus.
Focus.
Well, yeah, you,
Yeah.
you only got
Yeah.
one shot.
All right, so our next stop is,
Hermit's Rest.
let's do it.
Awesome. Do we have time for a schnickin'?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right.
Nicking time.
Yeah, man, watch the bush.
Awesome.
Our destination was Hermit's Rest. We made stops along the way, and it was just fabulous. But I want to tell you, that bike ride, I mean, I can't get it out of my head. I want to do it again.
Once you get up to the top and you reach Hermit's Rest and they've got the nice arch with the
Yeah.
bell, it's something we always do. We always take a picture there.
Every time we're here, we do this.
I
This is
know.
true.
Christmas.
Come on, guys.
Hermit's Rest. Can we hit the bell? Ting.
This trip we went in, visited the fireplace, said hello to our favorite stops inside, and then went out to really just enjoy the canyon again.
It never gets old, guys. I tell you. I don't know how many times I've said that.
And I can still see the Colorado over there.
You know, you guys have brought us here 5 times. This is number 5, and this for me is the best. In the RV, there's no better way.
And I've had the bug longer than any of you. It's for 45 years I've been pulled back to this place. And I think that's a testimony to what this can do to you. When you're here live, it really gets under your skin, and that's why it gets 6 million visitors a year. Makes me feel as if I'm just a speck of dust.
This one was a home run. It checked all the boxes for me.
I've been here 16 times. This is my 16th time to the Grand Canyon. And every time it's an adventure, every time it's unique. Oh, this feels wonderful.
It was my favorite day of this trip because of the bicycles.
If you've got an RV, get an e-bike and come to the Grand Canyon, and I promise you, you will have the greatest time you've ever had at a national park.